Before the news starts, please subscribe by clicking the subscribe button. Don't forget to leave your opinion below in the comments section. Trey Gowdy shut down Mueller's attempt to impeach Trump with this stone-cold truth. Special counsel Robert Mueller is on a mission to impeach President Trump. Mueller is scheming to fabricate a case that Donald Trump obstructed justice. But Trey Gowdy just shut down that effort by revealing this stone-cold truth. Mueller's flimsy case. Mueller's obstruction investigation is focused on the claim that Trump asked James Comey to go easy on former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn and for Comey's subsequent firing. Anti-Trump zealots like Mueller and his pack of attack dog Democrat prosecutors believe Trump fired Comey to impede the Russia investigation. They also contend that Trump asking Comey to go easy on Flynn was a stand-down order. But Trump's lawyers assert that the president could not have obstructed justice by firing Comey because, as chief executive, Trump has the constitutional authority to fire Comey for whatever reason he wants. Gowdy shoots down Mueller's argument. Gowdy, a former federal prosecutor, also crushed the idea that Trump obstructed justice by asking Comey to go easy on Flynn. Gowdy also restated the Trump team's argument that the president never told Comey to go easy on Flynn. Well, there are only two people that know whether or not it came up. One is President Trump and the other is Jim Comey. I think the better line of analysis, and again, I'm not the president's lawyer, and he can do better than me, but there are 4 elements to perjury. It has to be under oath, it has to be material, it has to be intentional. The fault's that it has to be intentional. I think the president, if he doesn't remember that coming up, that's a perfectly acceptable answer. I don't remember, or that's not what I recall, or I don't think I phrased it that way, Gowdy stated. But even if the conversation did occur, Gowdy declared that it still doesn't rise to a level of obstruction of justice. Gowdy explained, "I will tell you this. If it is obstruction of justice to ask someone to show leniency, then we're going to have to build a lot more prisons in this country. And there are going to preachers in most of them. For 20 years, I had preachers call me and ask me to please give this person a second chance, please show some leniency. That is not obstruction of justice, that is what happens all across this county every day, and Jim Comey must not have felt obstructed because he kept working for the guy, and he wants, if it were up to him, he'd still be working for the guy." The obstruction case against the president is ridiculous. A president cannot obstruct justice by lawfully carrying out his duties. The FBI is not an independent agency. It reports to the Department of Justice, which is part of the executive branch. As the head of the executive branch, President Trump has the authority to remove a political appointee for any reason he wishes. The president also has the right to order an investigation or shut down an investigation. We will keep you up to date on any new developments in this story. Facebook has greatly reduced the distribution of our stories in our readers' newsfeeds and is instead promoting mainstream media sources. When you share to your friends, however, you greatly help distribute our content. Please take a moment and consider sharing this article with your friends and family. Thank you. Thank you for watching our video. Please support us by sharing this video, so your friends can see it. Give us a thumbs up to this video and leave us a comment below with your opinion on this subject. Thank you.